made it. I made it. You know, I was kind of like tardy to the party, but I made it.
You know, Orlando is expanding so much, and that's why it's a great place to invest in real estate. And yeah, with expansion comes traffic.
It does come traffic. And then we're in a part of town that's kind of really unique because this particular area of Central Florida is an area called Ocoee, Florida. And you have new development, you have all this beautiful new homes, new home builders, developments, and new communities. And then you have like the original community that was here before all of that new stuff came around. And these are the types of communities, like the original older ones, that are the bread and butter for real estate investors. So we're in this amazing house here in the older neighborhoods, or the pre-neighborhood before all the big boom in Ocoee, Florida. And we're walking through this house and we're just looking at all its potential and wondering why the investors like didn't finish the job.
Yeah. Our question is, are we early? Are they coming back? Where are they?
Where are they? There's like so much more stuff to do to add value to this property to get top dollar. And we're going to show you what we see. All right. So if you're ready, we're ready. Rachel says, good morning, ladies. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning, Rachel.
Shout out to Rachel that's watching us right now. All right, so we're going to give you a quick tour of this property, very similar to some of the properties that we're going to be showing you.
Right, all day today that we're kind of doing a house tour, and we're going to put each house live on Facebook. So keep tuning in all day till 2 p.m.
I know, it's going to be dope. Really, really amazing. And this is very similar to the VIP bus tour that we're going to be taking all of our guest attendees for the 3-day boot camp this February, February 22nd to the 24th, right here in Orlando. It's going to take place at the Ramada Inn and Suites in Altamont Springs. It's going to be really, really cool. You guys,
it is.
Don't miss this.
And we are going to have potential time to make offers on all the properties we see.
Hocus pocus. Yeah. I didn't even know that we put in offers.
We can do it.
That's what we do. We make
do.
Offers.
If there's a deal, we want it, right?
We absolutely want it. And Christine, she's a licensed real estate agent, so why not, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. All right, so with no further ado, let's get this tour started, shall we? I'm going to flip the camera around, you guys, so you guys can see what we see. All right, so hold on. Boom, there it is. All right, so let's start from the beginning, would you?
Okay.
All right, so as real estate investors, when we pull up to a property, one of the first things that we're looking at is the exterior of the house, right? So that makes sense. One of the first things we're looking at when we pull up to a property, obviously we're surveying the neighborhood. We're trying to see, okay, what's happening? Is it quiet? We're giving the neighborhood like a grade from A, B, C, D, or F, right? Is the neighborhood A, or is it neighborhood like a complete fail, right? So in our 3-day event, we'll definitely give you the definition and criteria for all of those grades, what we're looking for. But when we pull up to the house, Christine, what's one of the things that you look at when you first pull up to a house?
The roof.
The roof. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let this. Oh, that's just me? All right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. All right, so the first thing we'll look at is the roof. And guess what this house does not have? A new roof.
No, it doesn't.
It does not. It's an older, it's older roof.
Intact. You will be replacing it eventually.
Yeah. But if you are a real estate investor, one of the first things that you have to assess is the expense for this roof, right? You got to take that into consideration that at some point in the future, if you buy this house, you'd have to replace this roof.
Yeah, and so if you look at the house next door,
yeah,
they have a new roof.
They have a new roof. All right, and the way how we look at houses and know that it does not have a new roof is basically like the age of the shingles right here. So we can tell that these shingles have a lot of weathering on them.
They're starting to come up from the roof.
Yeah. They're starting to lift and separate from the base of the roof. And they are the granules on them are off. They look a little shiny and too smooth.
A little bare,
a little naked roof. All right, so for my roofers out there, shout out to all our roofers and roofing contractors out there. Anyway, so that's the first thing we look at. Then the second thing that we look at, we look at the windows. At least I do. Do you look at the windows, Christine? Like the type of windows that are on a house?
Yeah,
Sometimes?
Yeah, I do. That's usually what I look at last.
Oh, you look at that last? Oh, as you exit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I look around all the rooms and kind of see what's there.
Okay. Well, this house here, is it a three bedroom?
3-2.
All right, so it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom with a 1-car garage. So that's one of the first things. And then the first things is a roof to me. And then the second thing, I look at the windows. And the windows, I'm looking at like, is it dated? Is it older? Are they new windows? Because windows, at least in these sizes, would you say is about what, $150 a pop to
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, to replace windows that are old and aged, right? The second thing I look at, or the third, would be like the paint job. Do you think this house was recently painted? I don't know. It's kind of, it's like half.
Mix and match. She painted the yellow part, but then they left the
Right.
part.
It's like, it's just not, hey, DeMarcus, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. All right, so it's painted, but it's not painted in its entirety. No, it's like it has some places that are like not painted. It just doesn't even make any sense.
So you can tell their lines are not straight.
Yeah.
That's the first thing also. If you want to sell your property, like get that offer in 24 to 48 hours, your paint lines better be straight.
They better be straight. I mean, it's just the little things that you can do. And paint is cheap. That's one of the biggest returns on your investment that you can make for any property if you're going to remodel. Is just really good paint. They did a great job painting this driveway. What happened to the house? Don't make no sense. They must have ran out of paint at Home Depot or something. Anyway, we're going to go inside. So this house obviously needs a new roof. You're going to take that into consideration for your repair costs and some touch-up paints just to make sure that the detailing is really good on the exterior. And then maybe even some like landscaping. Like, what's up with the landscaping?
It's an oak tree.
It's a big old tree, which is fine. I think trees are cool, but you know, we need some grass, we need some shrubs. And those are one of the expenses that a lot of investors don't take into consideration, which is curb appeal. That's what this house is missing. It's missing curb appeal. It just looks so naked on the front. Would you agree?
No.
Not a flower, a flower pot, a rose, anywhere to be seen.
Yeah, so if you don't want to add a lot of value in the yard like these did, because of the oak tree, when the leaves fall, it's acidic and kills the grass. So you're battling with the grass.
That's a big word. You said acidic?
Yeah, I was a scientist in my past life.
Y'all, Christine is a scientist, y'all. Y'all didn't know that? Now you know. That's a cool fact about Christine. She's a scientist.
And so what happens is when it rains, it kills the grass. So that's why it's bare. However, you can put actually fake flowers around to give it more curb appeal.
Oh, man. I felt so guilty one time that I did a fake flower garden, but it worked. I went to the Dollar Tree and bought all the dollar roses and stuck it in the ground. And when I did the open house showing, everyone was like, oh, my gosh, look at these flowers. It's not even like springtime and they're in full bloom. Just saying.
Perfect.
A little tricks of the trade.
Right.
Anything to get the house sold. So are you ready to go inside, Christine?
I am.
All right, let's go. All right, cool. So now we're going inside. We're going inside. We assess the roof, we assess the windows, we assess the exterior paint, and we also assessed the curb appeal and what needs to be done outside. Now we're going inside. So look at this. Look at this front door. I mean, it's not bad, but could you think they could have done better on the front door? Like, it doesn't really like shout out to you. It just looks like, I'm from Brooklyn.
Okay.
Right. And in Brooklyn, there's a lot of apartments, apartment buildings. And, there's a lot of apartment buildings here in Florida as well, too. But that's what this door says to me. This door says, cheap apartment door. I want to live here in this beautiful. Oh, snap, Christine. It got 2 peepholes. Look, I was like, wait a minute. Oh my gosh. So if you have a little one or someone short, but you got someone tall or maybe midriff like myself, where you're not really tall, but you're not really considered legally short.
I'll take the short one.
You take the short, but there's 2 peepholes like 18 inches apart. See, I knew there was something wrong with this door. I just didn't like it. As soon as I came up, I was like, what is wrong with this door? And now I know why. It has no business having 2 peepholes that close to each other. Foolishness. All right, I'm just saying. All right, so we got some foyer tile right here. And then I guess we're in like the living room, dining room, family room area combo, right?
Yes.
What do you think about this space, Christine?
It's okay.
It's okay?
It's kind of, where would your TV set go? Couch is over there.
Right. It kind of has a little awkward layout to it because there's only one major long wall where you would put your television. So I'm assuming that the TV goes over here because the cable outlet. But then as soon as you walk into the house, like the rear of your couch.
Right. So your couch is going to go right here, then you have a little passage. So
right.
This space is cut by 3, I would say a quarter.
Yeah. So that dramatically reduces like the living space here because you still have to keep a walkway to enter into your house. Yeah. Right.
Gotta keep that hallway.
Yeah. All right. So one of the things that I noticed immediately about this house is that we have 1 floor type, 2 floor types, a threshold, which there was some brick here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And now 4. Yeah. So far, we walked in maybe 20 feet. And there's 4 different types of floor covering and textures on the floor, which is really, really odd.
So another tip to have your house sold quickly is to have everything the same throughout the house. People like to see those nice clean lines and have everything run together, not broken up with different thresholds everywhere.
This is absolutely so true. And then here's a really nice little niche storage area, which I don't know if this was like makeshift because it looks like they cut a corner out of that room to make this like pantry.
I was just saying, I think it was probably like a utility closet or something.
Oh, okay.
And then I got located back there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
I'm gonna guess.
You're going to guess?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these older homes have the utility closet in the kitchen.
Yes, they do. They were built that way. Like in the 1950s and 60s, that just was the thing. Yeah. That was normal, right? So they converted this space into like a see-through pantry area and a little nook, which is not bad, but it's okay. It's cute. I think it's cute. Yeah. It's very creative and it adds character. And then here is the kitchen. So the kitchen, they tried to make it fancy. It looks like it has new cabinets, which is okay. I mean, it's still like the, base model. It has the slow close hinges, which is pretty dope. I have that in my house. I can't stand when cabinet doors slam. I mean, it's just like $1 more just to get the good hinge.
Well, that didn't happen in my house.
I mean, it's like, if you have cabinet doors that are slamming in your house, I'm going to need you to invest in $1 per door and upgrade your hinges in your house. I'm just saying. It's really that simple. All right. But the countertops, though, because this is like a really small kitchen and it doesn't really have a lot of linear square feet, I would probably say that they could have did well with with granite. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they should have put granite in here, especially for the price point of $189.
Yeah.
It's like $189.
$199?
$189.
$189? Okay.
$500.
What?
And yeah.
They want to get almost $200,000 for this house?
Yep.
They tripping. It's okay. They can ask for whatever they want.
And the thing is, if they had just put granite and changed out the appliances, they probably could get that.
Yes, they definitely could have gotten that. So I'm going to show you guys some really simple upgrades that won't break the piggy bank, but will definitely get you top dollar with retail buyers. Would you agree, Christine? Yep. So some of the things here would be, if you don't have a lot of counter space, it only costs you maybe a couple $100 more, $200-300 more if you just went with the better upgraded surface and actually got granite installed, right?
That's right. That's the silly thing is like this kitchen is literally like $600 for granite.
Right? $600 total for granite would have gotten, an upgraded countertop, which would have wowed this kitchen. Just brought it home and put it all together. Plus, if they actually had done like a backsplash or something, just really simple things like that, a backsplash, it wouldn't have taken much more. And then another thing I noticed too, I'm gonna need y'all to get like the $4 inserts for the stove. I'm just saying, like, that doesn't even cost anything, but it just like devalues. Yeah, it devalues, even if it was like brand new. And it's not, well, it's not brand new, but it's been used, but it's clean. But it would have sold so much better and basically showed so much better if all they had to do was just go to Dollar General and just pick up like 4 of these real quick, so it's nice and shiny and brand new.
Yeah, so I just want to bring everybody like to the realization. I picked on this house because I looked at the pictures and I'm like, this house needs to be rehabbed.
Yes, it does need to be rehabbed. And the irony of it is that it was rehabbed.
Yeah, that's so funny. When I walked in there, I was like, oh, okay.
Like, it needs to be rehabbed, but it was recently rehabbed because that's how they're marketing it, as like a recently rehabbed house. But what I think happens to a lot of investors, sometimes they like run out of resources and they're like, man, I just need to like cut my losses short and I just need to put this on the market right away. But when they put the property on the market and it's incomplete and they start showing it, that actually devalues the property because now it's sitting on the market. People are not interested in it because they come in and they see all of the additional work that needs to be done. And now you have all these days on the market and then you get mad because your property ain't selling.
That's right.
It's true, right?
And it already has a stigma around it that things are not done.
People like, oh, I've seen this property already. So now they're like words on the street that, oh, don't buy that one. It got so much stuff to do with it. Just little things like this. Like, I'm going to point this out to you guys. Like the baseboard and just the way that, I mean, just little stuff like that. Just really incomplete work that they had going. And it really didn't cost that much more to actually just do it. So let's take a look at the bathroom, would we? Okay, here we go. Oh, but before we go to the bathroom, Christine, you want to talk about the electric panel? Yeah, the electric panel. So new investors, new and old, but especially for the new ones. All right. So these are one of the things that seasoned investors, based on experience, we know to look for. So a lot of people, when they come in, they get like overwhelmed by just looking at like the cosmetic stuff. Right. That has to do with upgrading and renovating properties. But the truth is that really isn't where the money's at. This is the kind of stuff that can get you caught up.
Yeah, this is the stuff that can make or break a deal actually in your repair estimates and all that stuff. So this control panel, electrical panel will have to be replaced. You can also see it says use copper or aluminum wire. Aluminum wire is a huge no-no. You cannot get insurance as a homeowner on this house.
What? You can't get insurance on this house?
Nope.
Did they put that in the listing?
Of course not.
They left that one out. That's part of your due diligence, right? So this house is kind of what we would call lipstick on a pig.
That's right.
And I don't know if you guys have ever seen pigs out there with MAC lipstick and lip gloss on, but this is what this is. She sure is pretty on the outside.
She's going to cost you some money.
She's going to cost you some money. So we have an outdated electrical panel and old wiring for this house. So it tells us right there. It says copper or aluminum wire, and insurance companies just do not like that.
These breakers are old. They all, like I said, the whole panel has to be replaced. Right?
What's that? $1,500, isn't it?
Yeah, easily. That's just the panel.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, so throughout the house, there's aluminum wiring, and so either you have a choice. You can rip all that wiring out and replace it with new wiring, or you can put what's called Alumicons on the house, which is about half the price of whole wiring. So it just depends on what you want to do in that. But this is going to cost you. Yeah.
So let's total up what we had so far. So we have a new roof.
So $6,000.
Easy. Or more. I would probably say 7, 8.
Okay, my guy can do it for us.
I know. We're thinking like investors, right? All right, so we're tallying up. So we need somebody. Anyone out there got a shout out? I need somebody who has a calculator. Because Christine and I were holding the phone and talking to you guys at the same time. We don't have no calculator, so we need some help out there. So I am going to estimate on the higher side. Why? Okay. Because in Florida, we have prices vary, and then plus we had a few hurricanes and tropical tropical storms that came through a few months ago. So the roofers are like inundated with jobs.
Right.
This is so true.
And that caused the price to inflate.
It does.
For your stuff.
Right.
And work. So a couple of, I ran into that too. I had a house that I was rehabbing on the market, and the hurricane came and went, and I just needed a few things buttoned up. I could not get anybody.
Anybody.
They were all, anybody.
Anybody.
Anybody. I had to do it myself.
Not even like the bad ones.
No.
Not even the bad contractors were available.
Exactly. They were all doing stuff, and they were doing stuff for 3 times what they normally do.
I know.
So there's no way they would come work for me.
No.
No way.
No way. And of course, we're negotiating for best value
That's right.
for the service, and we know what the bottom line cost is for a replacement of those major items like the roof. So they're like, okay, we know that it only costs this amount, but you know, Mr. Joe down the street is giving us, you know, $10,000 for the same roof. So I'm gonna go get that money over there, and I'm gonna talk to you later.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like crap.
I know. So I would actually estimate just a little bit higher, just taking that into consideration. You know, not that it costs that much. You and I both know that because this is a really small house. This house is like 1,100 square feet, you guys. So it's not like it's a, you know, huge surface area to replace for the roof. So I would definitely estimate for 8,000. And then obviously if it's less than that, then you can allocate that difference to something else in the budget.
That's a good point. So typically I get a roof put on a size house for $6,000. Okay, but given what's going on with the tropical storms and the wait list, and depending on who you know, that's really key and important. You could pay anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000 for a roof like this.
Exactly.
So okay, so we're going on 8.
Yep, and then
1,500.
1,500 to replace the electrical panel.
Or to 9,500.
We're up to 9,500 plus this floor. I know you guys are looking at it right now, but it's not good. Just so you know, so we've had 4 different floor surfaces so far. So it's not the worst floor that I have seen. Is it the worst floor you've seen, Christine?
No,
not by any means,
it's
but
not something I would put in a rehab property.
yeah, and expect to get, you know, $200,000. So the floor needs to be replaced. Like the whole thing needs to be ripped up and replaced. And then for some floors, to be honest with you, some floors you just because of it's uneven and unleveled, we have to put something in called a floating floor, right? But you still have to budget for that. So that's like you're laying another flooring material over the existing floor.
Right, and so also when you move, the floor is going to move and get with you.
Mm-hmm. So
I mean, this is a floating floor right here.
Yep.
But you have little thresholds like that, so where there's some space between tile and the floating floor to where it can move and give.
Exactly. But nonetheless, if we're going to replace these floors and actually just make it one total floor type, bless their hearts. At least it wasn't like the other house that we went to. That one had like 6 different floors. That was excessive. We were like, oh my God, every single tile that was on sale, they bought it. And put it in and installed it in that house, right? Along with like the pink paint. It was the pink house, the Pink Panther house. I know. This one has neutral colors.
And
so
that one was $200,000 too.
and that house was $200,000 too. So this one is interesting as well too. So I would say for this floor, I would budget what? You would budget $4,000?
$4,000.
I would think so too. I was saying about $4,000. We can replace the entire floor and just make it seamless, actually. Just one type of floor surface to make it like for continuity.
Correct.
So it's easy on the eye.
Exactly.
So we have the roof, we have the electrical panel, and then we have the floor. So that was 9,500 and another 4. So what's that? Oh Lord, we got investors math now. All right, so 9 carry the 1 plus A plus B. No, is it 14? No, it's 14. Yeah, no, it's 13. No, it's 13. All right, guys, I told you guys to use the calculator. It's 13,500. Yeah, 13,500. That's where we're at.
Oh.
Thank God. Whew. How many investors does it take to add math? That's the funny part. So we have a lot of fun when we're out here and we dibble dabble. It's 13.5, right? 13,500 so far, and it's just adding up. So now we're in the bathroom. Oh, this is floor surface number 5. All right, so we have a different tile in here too. All right, so here's some of the things that they did in the bathroom that, definitely could be better. All right, so they installed a new medicine cabinet, but to be honest with you, they had enough space to put it like against this wall and then put like just a really designer nice mirror, because that's what people want. If I'm going to buy a house in this secondary bathroom, hallway bathroom, I'm looking for a nice mirror. At least they could have got that from like Home Depot, Marshalls for Old Time Pottery. My favorite. Girl, who you telling? Man, you let me loose in Old Time Pottery. It is on like popcorn. You heard me? Old Time Pottery, Ross, Marshalls, Home Goods, Home Depot, Lowe's. Any of those retailers would have been like better than this. Like $25-$30 would have made this like a custom finish.
Oh my gosh.
$25.
So just to give you guys an idea, again, what sells the house is the kitchen and the bathrooms. Not. So if you imagine putting that beautiful mirror in here, you walk in, you're like, wow, I can see myself in this house. Now it's like, it's okay.
Yeah,
right?
They could have totally like really did a better finish on it. So anyway, so the cabinets, the vanity, I would say it's pretty decent. But again, I would have just added the granite countertop. That would have made it that much nicer. The toilet looks new-ish. They have the water saver, the dual flush, which is not so bad. That's pretty cool. The light fixture is rusted. How dare they ask me to pay $200,000 for a rusty light fixture? I mean, that's the least that they could do.
And it doesn't match
And it doesn't match. So you have chrome, and then you have like brushed nickel, and then you have brass.
Oh, God.
You got 3 different metal types. I mean, these are the types of things and details that investors look at, So anyway, but then in here, this is a nice tub. I actually like the tub, and I like the tub shower combo. The one thing that they could have done in here and got a lot more value is they could have finished out this tub and shower combination here with like Duraglaze.
Right.
Because the tub and the shower does not need to be replaced, but as you can see, it's stained. You can see that. Obviously it's used, right? So if they had just did a Duraglaze here, maybe what, $600-$700, Christine?
Yeah, that would have made a huge difference.
It would have made it look like this bathroom was like brand new. Like they just installed a new shower and a new tub in it. And then remember we talked about the windows, you guys? Look at this. This is the original window for the house. You could tell that it's the original window just by the style.
But this is still an okay window. It's not desirable, but it's still within the standards and code.
It's within standard, but it's just not like sightly. I would probably budget to change it. I don't know about you. Or try to find some kind of cleaning material that wouldn't make it look so frosted. I don't know. Yeah. I don't like it.
I would clean it better.
You would clean it better? I don't like it.
If you look at the shower, like another thing that they should have done to really set this bathroom off is just finish up the lines in the shower. And just the lines in general.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yep. So we got that. So in here, what would you say would be an expense? What we would add in here for additional repairs in this bathroom? I would probably say $1,000.
You think $1,000?
Not so much, but
I would say $800.
$800.
$600 for the tub, and then $200 to really like the mirror, the light fixtures, that kind of thing. I love to like round up because if I have change and extra change at the end, then I could go shopping and buy a new pair of shoes. So we're just gonna say $1,000. Okay. So now we're at 13,500, and we just added $1,000 for the bathroom, plus or minus 14,500. So here we go. We have more paint jobs that we need to do. Like this is the kind of thing sometimes that people neglect to address in their details, right? So you have like a closet door, a hallway closet, but they didn't paint the door. This is so easy. I know. The thing is little things like this, a freshly painted house is a huge difference from one that's not.
Yeah.
Like I love the color that they did.
Yeah, it's not bad.
The walls are pretty okay, except like in the room we're about to go into, you're going to see the baseboards. If you're going to take time to paint the baseboards, make your lines straight.
Do you see how passionate she is about it? Like her whole facial expression, she has her hands are going, her neck was moving, everything.
It just bothers me. I guess it's the same.
It bothers Christine that the lines are not straight on the paint job. All right, so here's what Christine is talking about. All right, let me see if can I get in focus? All right, Facebook, you're killing me. All right, so it's struggling to get into focus, you guys. Anyway, but it is like he said, so they painted the roof and then they painted the walls. But all right, there it is. They painted the roof, painted the walls. But do you see where the wall and the roof intersect? You see that line? Obviously, do you also see the paint splashes and the messiness? That's what's making Christine's hands and neck move. Like she's just really annoyed about that. She really is. But I would be too, because you're asking me to spend a little bit under $250,000 for this house, you know, and it got like crazy looking paint all over. I still have to come in and do so much more work to it. Not to mention like the baseboards as well. You know, there's paint on the floor. Like what's up with that? Listen, all of these repairs and stuff that we are pointing out to you, we're sharing this information with you so that you can be really, really good investors. The thing is, the key to success, and Christine, would you agree, the key to success in a real estate investing business, if you are going to be a renovator, right? Because there's many different ways for you to make money in real estate. But if you're going to be a fix and flip, or if you're going to be a wholesaler, basically identifying what it really costs to make these repairs and changes and to actually be able to justify an ARV, like the after repaired value. These are the things that you need to know. So even if you're wanting to wholesale only, you have to think just like how your end buyer would think, which is your cash buyer and the renovator, and be able to speak intelligently. You can't just tell me, oh, it don't need anything. Aren't you sick of that? You listen, wholesalers.
Yes, I am.
Oh, it just need paint and carpet. What are you talking about?
I have to it's like, sir, I gotta make money on this on the back end. That doesn't work. No,
yeah.
But it comes a lot. If you can be authentic with what's really going on in this house and pass that information on to your end buyer, you're going to be so much more successful than someone who just lies, which a lot of wholesalers do. And so, you know, Jackie and I, because we've been doing this for so long, we literally can tell if we want a house in 5 minutes.
Yes.
So. Yeah,
we're actually like really stretching this out because we want to be like really educational. But you know, what's interestingly enough, Christine, she said that wholesalers lie. I would say that wholesalers stretch. We're not calling anyone a liar. That's strong. But they do stretch the situation, right? So what we mean by that is they minimize the amount of repairs that actually need to be done with the property and then to make it look good. And then they overvalue the actual property. So that's a sure sign of inexperience if you're out there doing that. I would highly, highly, highly encourage you that if you are a wholesaler, that you take the time to come out to our 3-day.
Exactly, because in the 3-day boot camp, we are going to go over the due diligence part, like what you need to know, what you should have. You know, what is it that Jackie and I do every time we get a house that comes by our desk?
Yep.
What we look for.
Whether we're wholesaling it or not.
Exactly, because even I wholesale properties too, and Jackie does also. You know, when we get too many on our plate, guess what? Our first call is to other investors to see if they want to buy it.
And the reason why we're so successful is because when they ask for the details that are required for them to make an assessment and an analysis if they're going to take a property off our hands or we're going to be able to assign it to them successfully, is that they want us to be able to speak intelligently. They want the details. Exactly. They want to know the information. And this is the reason why we have no problem wholesaling properties, because we give them the facts. The facts and just the facts, ma'am.
So not only can I look at a property in 5 minutes and go, yes, no, but whoever we pass on our wholesale property to, it's the same thing. Within 5 minutes of work and doing due diligence, they can verify exactly what we're saying is true.
This is so true. And what does that do for us? It's called repeat business, right?
Repeat business.
Repeat business.
Moving property quickly.
Moving property quickly. So if you're out there as a wholesaler, you got a deal on the contract and it's not going anywhere, you got some math problems, right? You possibly may have some math problems going on, or you got some due diligence issues. That's why your property is not moving and you're unable to assign it to another investor. All right, so that's one room. And now we're going to go into the second bedroom. Again, you know, paint job is kind of shoddy in here. And then the floors is terrible. The baseboards is worse. This one made me cringe. I didn't like this at all. Because they could have easily made this room nicer by actually just changing the baseboards or painting them just straight lines. They could have just painted them. But you know what? For the amount of paint that they would have used just to fix these baseboards, Christine, they just could have put in new ones, like the 5-inch ones, the ones that's going in like the luxury properties right now, because it really doesn't cost that much more money. But the end finish and the end results just makes this property like so sexy. It'd have been like so sexy. I would have also put like crown molding in here because it's an older property. I would have put the crown molding in here to mask and minimize the lines of like the ceiling. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah, because, you know, older houses, the ceilings are kind of low a little bit. So if you want to make them fancy and pretty, sometimes putting some crown molding on them does the trick.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and guess what, guys? Please paint your closets. I mean, it just doesn't take that much more effort to paint a closet. Just paint the closet. No one does that. Oh my God. Paint the closet. Sheesh. And change the outlets. Just little stuff like that. Anyway, so 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. We're on our way to the master bedroom. Are you guys still with us? Oh wait, is this a new floor?
Yeah.
Oh wait, what are we up to?
It is. It's a newer.
It's a newer floor in here. Hot dang. We're up to 5 or 6?
I think 6.
All right, so now we're up to 6. No, Miss Christine.
Oh,
the bathroom. 7. This is it. Okay. No, electricity is not on. Oh, too bad.
But again, if they had just changed out the light fixture in the bathroom.
Right.
And make the mirror bigger.
Oh my God, I can't even put my eyelashes on in here. What, the front door? Oh my gosh, no they didn't. Now I'm really upset because this is supposed to be the master, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's tight. So
it is tight.
Yeah, so this is
a lot of these are.
Yeah, so that you can't add more square footage unless you're adding another room. But my point is, just to even make this room, this space, this bathroom sexy, would not have taken a lot. Like,
No.
look, like I'm about to turn. Like, look, I'm really mad about this, you guys. I'm really, really upset. All right, so I haven't been on camera for a while, but I'm telling you right now that I'm upset with the tiny mirror. There's no reason why they didn't change that. None.
So again, like you're a woman, and what sells houses is the kitchen and the bathrooms, because that's where women spend time.
Yeah.
So make it to where a woman would want to use and stay in that bathroom.
And this is the reason why us ladies make fantastic real estate investors.
Exactly.
No offense to the guys out there, I promise you, because a lot of our peers and colleagues obviously are men, but it's just little things like these that, are oversight, I suppose. But yeah, this needs to be fixed. I'm just saying.
No, it does. I agree.
Anyway, so come out to our 3-day real estate investors boot camps. Us ladies.
That's right.
We're going to be teaching you everything that we know, how you can actually be successful and profitable and protect your behind when you're in this industry. And we're going to take you on a 3-day, there's a 3-day event and a bus tour as well. And then take you out, look at properties and put everything together.
Because what makes the difference is on-site analysis and field training. Let's just call it that. It's field training. Congratulations.
Congratulations. You've earned your master's degree.
Exactly. Well, after have this to
on February 22nd to the 24th in Orlando, Florida. So we are off to the next house. Would you agree?
Yes, we are. It's 5 minutes away.
It's 5 minutes away. All right. So we'll see you guys soon. All right. Shout out to y'all. Join us in about 5 minutes or so. Bye.